am so theoretical oriented in my class. I want that book work to be done. I want to make sure that you understand it in 1,000 hours, plus get the practical portion of it and learn how to
I
cut.
was wild.
But
As a teenager, I did some things that it's like, woo, child, I can confess them. I ain't finna put all my business out there, so y'all thought y'all was finna get some real tea on Miss T. Hey y'all, it's me, Kimber Upshaw Howard. I'm the big sis, not the little one.
Hey y'all, it's Denise Nicole Upshaw. And yeah, I'm the little sis, but I've been giving Kimba a run for her money since the 99 to 2000s. And
So
welcome to On the Up and Up with the Upshaw sisters. Yes.
I love it. It seems like our intros always kind of go off, but that's what makes us keeping it on the up and up.
Yes.
So today, y'all, we have a real firecracker. She is a powerhouse in the beauty industry. We have no other than Tracy BayBeast Williams. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Not only is she my BFF, but she has been in the industry for 30 years. And in 2005, when she opened up her salon, she also had a child that year, and she just kept on following in her mother's footsteps. The thing that makes me so proud of her and her journey is that it is marked by resilience. She's had personal loss and tragedy to a life-changing diagnosis with optic neuristic. When that happened, it seemed like just a few short years. I'm telling you, don't get on the wrong side of her because she ain't gonna see you. She's gonna run you over. Now, with that, Tracy has never, ever, ever let adversity stop her. She's turned pain into purpose, and she became a licensed cosmetology instructor. She took that and went a little bit further, and today she's actually instructing barbers. Can you believe that? She got her clippers, y'all.
Y'all better
And
watch out.
and while she's teaching, she's not just teaching and giving back in that form, but she's also decided that she was going to be one of the founding members of the Freedom Braiders. And we're going to let her tell you a little bit more about how the Freedom Braiders work. But right now, we have this trailblazing Cosmo barber. You might know her as Trace, Miss T, but I'm telling you, she's here, she's ready. What's up, Trace?
What's happening?
What? I want to clap. I want to clap. Yeah.
Girl, go ahead, get your clap on.
That's good.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say hello to you beautiful Black women doing y'all thing on the up and up. I want to commend y'all. Thank you for inviting me to episode 10. I'm excited to
Yes.
be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're just as excited. You know, I'm already feeling your energy. So let's do this thing. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Tracy. I know
Well,
Kimba did an amazing introduction,
yes.
and like we would all love an introduction like that, but I would love to hear a little bit
Okay.
about you as well.
Okay, so again, right now, this was my 30th year anniversary, not only for being licensed cosmetologist, um, first time being a mother and a salon owner. So 1995, Kimba said 2005, but I have to give
Oh,
my
I'm
other,
sorry.
yeah, I sure did. And so 1995, I actually became a licensed cosmetologist and opened up my hair salon called Cuts and Stuff Phase 2, following in the footsteps of my mom. My mom actually was a cosmetologist and she pushed it. I was doing hair so young, from friends in the bathroom to myself, but I kind of fought it. I really did. And did 2 years of college, swearing I was actually going to be an anesthesiologist. Imagine that, putting people to sleep. But actually, cosmetology and barbering became my passion. And here I am today, 30 years later, and still at my salon. I have had my salon. I'm a barber instructor by day, and I come and service my clients in the evening.
Hey, y'all, just a quick break.
We're so close to 100 subscribers.
Do us a favor, click on that subscribe button and join our tribe, and we'll see you on the other side. Nice, nice. And I feel like most of us have this really deep understanding, or so we think, of what it takes to be a salon owner. Because, we're in the shop, especially Black women, we're in the shop since we're like this tall, right?
Yes.
And when we go into the shop, we just look at it like, okay, she's here to do my hair. She does a good job. Then I leave. But what are some of the lesser known things that people should know about being a salon owner? Maybe two or three things that you
There
would
are
say,
several. Not only am I
okay.
so there are there you have salon owners, you have barbershop owners, plus you have those that are licensed and still behind the chair. And because I do both of those things, I think from a client's perspective, let's start there. From the client's perspective, they want to get beautified. They want to either get it braided or faded. Let's just go from one realm to the other because we could talk about both. However, I believe that from the shop owner's perspective, let's make sure that we have the right common barbers and stylists within the shop. That's what I feel is a major tragedy for a lot of shops that a lot of owners don't actually look at. They don't look at, let me make sure that all of my stylists and barbers mesh.
Mhm,
That is a big thing for me.
mhm.
Not the money and getting people in here to rent chairs from me. I have to make sure that all of my barbers are comfortable and they are a perfect fit for my shop.
I love that. I think that makes such a good sense, right? And I never thought of it like that. But I think that it makes for the perfect environment because when I come into the
Exactly.
salon, then I know exactly what I'm going to get. I know the characteristics or the personality of all the barbers and, the cosmetologists that are there. And I know that it's going to be a place that either I'm going to be able to open my book and read, while I'm getting my hair done, or it's going to be the place with the latest tea. So I do
Yes.
think that it's important
That
to make
ma
sure that we all mesh or that they all mesh
Yes.
at the shop.
And that's the beautiful thing about my shop. I will commend all of my shout out cuts and stuff aides to stylists and barbers. I will say that you will walk in and actually be confused because I have age groups are different, nationalities are different, races, everything, personalities. I love that about the shop though. And sometimes it's tea time. Sometimes the games are going because I actually have barbers and stylists. So you have the guys and the girls. And so
Mhm,
they are gonna talk football or they're gonna talk relationships. That is like you can get someone that comes in here on a weekly basis and what they're expecting from me as the female, they're gonna say, man, why my girl say this? And I'm gonna go, she was right. Or
mhm,
she was wrong. I'm gonna give it
mhm,
to you how it's supposed to be given to you. But that's what we go to the shop. Like when even from little, you heard it. You were supposed to mind your business if it was grown folk business. But then as a little kid, they want to hear about your day. Are you doing good at school? I'm gonna ask the little kids, what's your grades like? Oh, you got bad grades. Why you in my chair? Right?
mm,
Because this is a luxury.
Mm.
Your parents are working for
mhm,
you to sit in this chair. So this is this deserved so you can go to school and be cute, but not
mhm,
actually get the education you need. So these are some of the things. And I talk to the mom, don't bring her back here or don't bring him back here if them grades don't improve. I need
mm,
to see a report card before you make that appointment. Takes
yeah.
a village, right?
Yes. Kimba, I'm sorry, you wanna go? You have another question?
No, I was just gonna say I love that because that's counseling. It's counseling, it's
Yes.
teaching, and it's making sure that everyone has a standard. So everyone that comes
Yes.
into her salon, you have to have some sort of standard. You have to make sure that your mind is right, and you have to make sure that you're obedient to yourself or others, your parents or whoever. So I think that that's awesome.
I'm
Yeah,
not
what's
saying
your
that
take
it
on that?
always works. This is just going to be my perspective for me
Mhm.
personally. Now,
Yeah,
all my barbers may not be on the same page, but these are as far as being behind the chair or even being a shop owner or being just having this longevity in this career. These are the relationships I want to build where actually if their grades go up and improve, I want them to come back and say, look, look, Miss T, look, Miss Tracy, look, like look what I did. And they're proud of it because again, it takes a village. I'm going to talk to a stranger's kid when we're talking kids. When we're talking like, adults and we have these conversations, we are therapists. Behind the chair, a stylist is a therapist, just like the bartender at the bar. We hear all the stories. We have to give feedback whether they want to hear it or not. And hopefully, the barber is in tune with real life and can actually advise anybody of any age group in the right direction.
Yeah. And we jumped right into the leadership side of things and the ownership side of things. But just to take it a quick step back, I would love to hear too about just the process of going to school. I know that there are so many young ladies and gentlemen who enjoy the art of cosmetology, barbering, um, and aesthetics, the estheticians, those who are just like really engaged at a young age, whether it's from them doing their doll's hair, doing a relative's hair, doing their own hair. And now there's the makeup artistry side of things too, that I know they're teaching in some cosmetology schools. So I'm curious to know what is the just the average length of time it takes to go to school. And then when they finish, can the students come right out and jump right into a shop, or is there an apprenticeship process? Can you walk us through that a little bit too, Tracy?
Definitely, because I am currently a barber instructor, and have been now barber instructor for 9.5 years. Previously, I was a cosmetology instructor, so I can give you both aspects. Since I've been doing this since late 2010, it's changed. The laws of California have changed, and it's actually attainable. It's very attainable. Why do I say that? Because if you enroll in barber college, like you enroll in barber college from day one, you have 6 months if you're in a full-time program. 1,000 hours is the minimum requirement for the state of California. So it can take an average of like 6.5 months if you will have perfect attendance. And I have had students that have had perfect attendance and have gotten not only their education in 1,000 hours. Cosmetology is the same. That used to be 1,500 and 1,600 hours. So it could take close to a year. But now it's obtainable. You will graduate with 1,000 hours and then you will apply for state board. I just had a student recently get his license, and I'm going to say he graduated maybe 2 weeks prior. So that's how quick you can get the license. And pay attention in class, you can obtain it really quickly. And as soon as you're licensed, you can definitely be employed instantly. If you already have a shop set up where you want to go, or you can go like another route and say, I want to go to a franchise. And then, yeah, I want to go to a franchise shop and make an hourly, or I'm ready. I have clientele and I want to pay booth rent or work on commission. So I
That
felt
sounds
like I was
great.
talking about.
That sounds great. Like you said, it sounds very attainable for those who are
Mhm.
interested. It's no longer you have to wait or do a ton of hours of practical time or experience.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
you okay, that's awesome. Yeah.
And
So
now the state board, I'm sorry, now the state board is actually only a written exam. So you will, the theory, like everyone will tell you, I am so theoretical oriented in my class. I want that book work to be done. I want to make sure that you understand it in 1,000 hours, plus get the practical portion of it and learn how to cut. But because your end game to obtain that license is to pass a written exam by 70%, which is very minimal, but by 70%, 85 questions, I um I want you guys to actually study. So if you guys are out there and interested in joining a barber college near you, please
mm,
focus on the book work, and then the practical work will come. Cosmos.
What's the minimum age to start? Can one begin in high school, or do they have to have already completed high school?
Considering the school that they choose for cosmetology or barbering, and it's called an ROP program. So if they have an ROP program at the barber college or cosmetology college of their choice, then yes, they can start right when they are in school and obtain hours as such. However, for the school that I work at, as well as many other schools, you must have not only your high school diploma. So I've had 17-year-olds that were my students because they've had their high school. They graduated early and had their high school diplomas. However, um, GED equivalent. So you can have your GED as well as just pretty much the general. Have your social security and your identification. So it's a simple process to get enrolled.
Okay. So you're cutting hair, you're styling hair, you're teaching barbers, and you also are a part of the Freedom Braiders, right? Tell us a little bit more about
Yeah.
Freedom Braiders, how that came to be, what's the highlights to it, all the good stuff.
Okay, first off, shout out all of my Freedom Braiders. So we are an organization of Freedom Braiders. I'm one of 9 braiders currently. I'm one of 9 braiders that go inside of the county jails and teach inmates how to braid hair. So
Nice.
it was founded by Joanna Hernandez and her daughter Tati. And again, along with the 9 braiders, Josh and Justice. Josh is one of our social service workers, and Justice has been our videographer, which we are finishing up a project now. We filmed all the braiders and interviewed. So this project is actually very dear to me because, of course, I'm raised in Oakland, and we all have somebody that have been affected by the system and or ourselves. Like, either we've had to do time and would love for these programs. Don't give up on us. That these this program here is a I'm not giving up on you. I am humanizing you, regardless of your situation. And that's why I chose to be a part of the Freedom Braiders, and they can't get rid of me. We're gonna have to, we're gonna have to fight it out if they try to, no, because I really, and it's a community. And you gotta think about it like community. I love to break that word down. Like community to me is like common unity, right? So we come together on a common ground and we have unity amongst each other, and that's very important to me. So that's why I'm proud to be a Freedom Raider as well.
Yeah, wow. I mean, so many gems in there. First of all, last week we had a guest who instructed construction, like carpentry and plumbing and some other things inside of correctional settings. And I not only is that just great for the sense of, reducing their idleness and reducing violence, but it's helping them to learn a trade and a skill and to identify within themselves if this is something that they want to do when they go home. So it gives them some hope, right? And when I'm hearing you talk about going in, teaching people how to braid, teaching those incarcerated individuals how to braid. First of all, you're investing in them, like you said, they're human and you're humanizing them. You're making sure that their reentry needs in some ways being established and satisfied while they're incarcerated. But then when they leave, they have you as a mentor potentially, when they come
Door is
out.
open. The door is
Yes.
open. Yes.
And so I love that. And so then something that was kind of a challenge for us because we did offer cosmetology class to participants that were incarcerated. But one of the challenges was, in New York at least, it was not background friendly, meaning that if someone had a justice background, they were not able to earn a license even if they completed all of the requirements. Is that the same in California?
It is not. Luckily, in the state of California, you are actually able to not only attend school and obtain your license as formerly incarcerated. I've had, like, literally the dynamics of my school. I've had many successful barbers that are now licensed and they were formerly incarcerated. So,
And the
yes,
thing
that.
about that is the partnership that you all have or that you work with the Department of Rehabilitation, right? And so in working with the
So,
Department
yes,
of
at the school.
Rehabilitation
Yeah, at the school, we actually do accept the Department of Rehabilitation's certifications. They will, if the actual ex-convent or whatever you want to call ex-inmate, whatever is released, and they go through the process and go through the Department of Rehabilitation, which is depending on the area they live in, then a lot of times the whole school is paid for it. And we're talking
Wow.
minimum $15,000.
Right.
Yeah, my school that I work at now is about $18,000. So when we talk about fully paid for, I
Yeah.
do appreciate California for that because it's giving
Wow.
someone not only a second chance at
Right.
like, but it gives life. Like it gives life. It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
not a second chance at life because they never stopped living, although they were incarcerated. If we're talking about just, and it allows them to hold their head up high
Absolutely.
if you have the right person. So you're talking about mentoring and everything, and it's so great because we were talking. I know we're all over the place with this, but we were talking about the Freedom Braiders, and we do journaling. It's not just going in there to teach them how to braid. We do a lot of journaling, like healing, and it has been like where we had them write letters to their 15-year-old self or
Mhm.
their moms, or just to reflect on them as people, right? But
Right.
as an instructor, I feel like like my biggest highlight of instructing and why I've done it so long is the fact that I have former students come back and applaud me. Like for it may not even be for barbering or cosmetology. It was just instilling some values in their life that they missed. And I have to say, yeah, I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that because I didn't know I was doing it. It just came naturally because I'm treating them the way they should be treated as everybody else.
And
Right.
and the other thing to that is to give a little bit more context to it, right? Because we're talking
Yeah.
about incarcerated individuals. But for a lot of these people, they're just starting their sentence. They're still in the county. They haven't even been sentenced, some of them, right? Or have they all
Well,
been
some
sentenced?
no, some of them have that just got there. So this is from this level to this
Mhm.
level. Some of them just got there, received, and then some of them have went, did prison time, and came back to fight their case. So we
Right.
have this from one realm to the other. So it's not necessarily that they are just now county level, but some of them actually were, maximum security and still just came back to fight their case and were able to go back to county.
Wow, that's amazing. What I'm hearing is, first of all, you blazed trails, you went to cosmetology school, and then not only a cosmetologist, you're a barber, you're a I'm assuming a homeowner, but you're a
I
business
am a
owner.
homeowner as well. Yeah, I'm getting
Yes,
there too.
you're a
Oh,
homeowner, you're
yeah.
a business owner, you're a mom, you're a mentor, you're
A
going
grandma
into
as well.
and a stepmom, a bonus mom,
3
3
grandchildren. She said she's a
3
grandma.
grandmother.
Grandchildren.
Okay,
yes,
yes.
yes. So, yes, I have my plate is full, and that's like I said, that actually goes back to not only the Freedom Raiders, because who with the whole full-time jobs I have on top of
Mm,
2 sons, 3 grandsons, I have
wow.
a full life, and I have a lot of students. At the moment, I have 50 students in my one class. So
Mhm.
we're talking about a
Wow.
lot of life. So to take on another project, not only, I'm part of 2 organizations. One is the Freedom Braiders, the other is the Roots. Now the Roots, is we actually get together once a month. It actually only 3 of us now, so it makes it not as overwhelming. But it's a part to try to take it to a whole nother level in the industry. And when I say that, that means like we stand behind the chair, I teach, but also I have worked on film and this one will allow for me to gain hours to become union to actually get paid union money when I work on films, so in theater
Oh,
and
wow.
so forth. So there's
Yeah.
so many avenues to this industry. Everybody wants to be in a shop. Everybody wants to do a celebrity's hair. Everybody like
Right.
that is such a small portion of this industry that people don't see. Everybody sees the shop and the shop owner or being a shop owner, becoming a shop owner. Those are great goals. but it doesn't end there. You can always, people don't think about who does the hair for the play that you want to go see.
Right.
Who does the hair for the opera, for ballet?
Mhm.
Like that is a whole nother we know, like you said, with the makeup and artistry of makeup as well as nails, and nail
Yeah.
techs are becoming so prominent in the industry. It's not limited.
Mhm.
It's not limited. So this is what the beauty of the beauty industry brings. A lot of people are now throwing on a lot of barber battles, a lot of beauty battles.
Oh.
And it's so exciting. I'm a part of that as well, and it's like it's bringing more life to the industry, more recognition. It's bringing more fuel and energy back to the industry as a whole, and getting a lot of young barbers and stylists interested in the field.
And I have a question about that because you are pretty big on social media, right? How are you leveraging social media to broaden your business?
I am a teacher for a company, right? And so that makes me an employee. Although I have my own business and I'm self-employed, I literally work 40 hours a week for the school. But what if they decide that they don't need me anymore, or my fee is too high, the price is too high, right? And they say, hey, we're gonna have to let you go. My social media presence is there to obtain more clients to compensate for the hours that I work there. So I do
Mhm.
keep that, I keep it lit. I keep it to where, okay, you're gonna know I'm here, but I do advise my students to use it because I get a lot of inquiries where they ask about hair, and sometimes I have to point them to other stylists or barbers to just to suffice for the time slots they may need, because I may not be able to appease them.
Yeah. What I've noticed about your social media is that you actually are a social media personality, right? You're a social media personality,
Yeah,
first of all, because you're just your authentic self wherever you show up at, right? And
Right.
who doesn't want to gravitate to your energy?
Thank you.
exactly.
But you are able to showcase the judging that you do in the barbering contest.
Mm,
You're able to show, the, Freedom Braiders and the work that you do there. And
mhm.
then from time to time, you throw in some of your personal clients and,
Yes.
spin them around and, to twirl their hair. You do all of those
Because I love this.
so you're leveraging it to your benefit, and you're doing it authentically and not even on purpose, but with
Right.
intention. And that's the key. You're doing it with intention. So keep up the great work.
And I am
Mm,
a socialite. I appreciate you noticing that. Um, I've had to learn myself, and a lot of people that know me, like, they won't even know this about me. I've actually had to realize I don't really like. I wouldn't want to be a celebrity. Why? Because I honestly, I have a circle, I have a group, and whatever the group may be, it may be a large group or it may be my intimate friendship group. I am my authentic self is charismatic. I am so like I am a hoot. I really can put on a show, and it's very authentic. However, I have had videos go viral, and this is just as fun talk. Let's say I had videos go viral, and the viral was like me rapping. I had so much anxiety from the numbers of views going up, because it was a fun. I'm doing this because that's what I do. I just literally freestyled, and oh yeah, this will work. Let me upload it, but the numbers started going up, and I started getting anxiety. What are they saying? What are the comments saying? And realistically, sometimes you just can't worry about that.
right.
I don't have that personality. My personality was, who said what? Why did you say that? And let's find this person. And you can't
That's
fight the
called the
world.
Oakland in you. I know. We all got it. We all got it.
I say, and so I love the attention when it's something that, especially any type of artistry, because I am a creative, and I love getting the recognition for that. But
Mhm.
when it's a negative recognition, even it's crazy, you guys, because we get applauded as freedom braiders, but
Yeah,
you do not see the unseen. You don't see the negative
right.
comments of why. Why are you going in there
Mhm.
teaching them? They should be learning, they should be in there basically like making license plates or something. I don't know,
Mhm.
whatever they feel that they should be doing that that is a stereotype,
Mhm.
right? And so we get that negative lash from it, but we have to take that. And I realize, like, I don't put out negative content at all. Like I'll roast you in a heartbeat. I will talk mess. We could have the best session ever. But it's never in a negative form. It's actually just to be humorous. And I don't like when things
Right.
get twisted. So yeah, I have that social media presence, but I have to sometimes woosah when the views and
Yeah.
likes go up.
Mhm.
And Tracy, we might have to have you rap us a little intro. We looking for a little intro
Got
for our
y'all.
show. We might
I
need you
got
to do a
y'all. We
little
gonna
rap for
do
our
that.
intro.
I got y'all because I love this.
And
I
she said it
love this.
all on her own. I didn't even throw you in that one. So
I
let's be
know.
clear. I didn't throw,
Nah, I
I'm
got you
usually the
guys.
one
I'm
throwing
telling
you
you, and
in,
it'll
but
be
she did
so
that on her own.
classy. Yet they'll want to tune in and really just say, because I really think that a lot of people should be tuning in a lot more than they have, because you guys are fresh. So I want to commend you guys for not only being fresh and being consistent. That is
Mm,
one thing. Again, 30 years behind this chair and doing all the stuff that you guys are commending me for, I had to start somewhere.
Right.
And so you
Right.
guys, consistency is key. I am at my shop now that I have been at for 5 years. I relocated during COVID.
Mhm.
However, my first shop I was at for 25 years. I had people grow up and come by and say, "Do you remember me?" So, this is just me talking to you sisters on the up and up to tell
yeah.
you guys to be so consistent in what you do and keep those smiles on your face. And no matter the negative, if you get some, or the numbers, don't worry about that, because there are so many people with a lot more numbers, but the content is what is very important. So
Thank
making sure you're
you.
consistent and content with your content.
We appreciate
Thank
that,
you
and we
so much.
appreciate your continued support on
Yes.
all the platforms. We do appreciate you, Tracy. And one thing that we like to ask our guests is, what's something that you would tell your younger self? And whether that's your teenage self or, early 20s. Now, you just said consistency, and that's a great one. So we definitely appreciate that and we take heed to it. Is there any other one that you would give that you would say, if I wish I would have told my teenage self this?
My teenage self, baby. Let's move forward. Can we be like, ooh, I was wild as a teenager. I did some things that it's like, ooh, child. I could confess them. I ain't finna put all my business out there, so y'all thought y'all was finna get some real tea on this tea. No.
Eh.
But I would tell younger people, honestly, be true. If you are young and you don't know which route to go, maybe you are fighting, do I go college or do I go right into a vocational college and get that, or do I go get a job? Be honest with yourself. Your
Mhm.
parents had to do it, and although your parents want better for you, they they can't be you. They can lead you and guide you in the right direction, but you have to be honest with your parents to say, "Hey, college is not for me. I want to be a barber." And they may fight it because they feel like you should be a doctor and they want you to be better than they were. Be honest, because it's just going to do nothing but waste time and money. So
Mm.
if you are standing on what you're standing on, I would tell you, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do the steps to pursue it, and I'm going to be successful at it. And I'm going to be okay with bumps in the road and changing avenues if I need to, but I really want to start here and finish there.
I just think that that was some great advice to both your younger self and to all the young folks out there. And with that, we're going to put a button on it and we are going to keep it on the up and
Keep
up.
it on the up and up.
We
Do I
gotta
do that?
find out where
Did I
people
keep it on
can
the up and up too?
Oh,
find
wait.
I,
Tracy.
I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. Where you at? Where you
Where
at? Where do
can
people
people
find
find you,
you?
Tracy?
I am located at Cuts and Stuff Phase 2 in Hayward, which is East Bay, Hayward, California. I'm on social media as well, BayBeast 510. Come check me out, follow me. Don't expect nothing but the greatness that I bring to the gram.
Now I get
Kimba.
to say, and with that, we're going to end this. Keep it on the up
Keep it
and
on the
up.
up.